Ours is a crazy place in oh so many ways. Let's try to make some sense of it on Spiritfolk Saturdays.
Welcome to the weekly thrilling intent-based podcast, Spiritfolk Saturdays! Today we're here to talk about part 27 of the Big War arc. I'm your host, Elfy, Spirit of Shooty Flower. Joining us this week are Kat,
Spirit of...
Dark,
Spirit of the eyeball plants.
Willow,
Spirit of Glaive Funerals. Rip Glaive.
and Stevie.
Spirit of where is Kier and the ship goblin that lives in the garbage can.
Okay, so we're going to start out talking about the episode, and then after that we're going to talk about Gencon.
Sounds like
Okay.
a plan. I am very excited for this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know where to start.
We have more canon queer people, except one of them kind of died because the
Yeah.
dice were not in his favor.
Yeah.
So I'm going to, very gracefully ask that we limit this discussion to perhaps 10 minutes, because we could probably fill an entire podcast just talking about what happened with Kyrlos.
I know you guys
We will try. I make no promises. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, it's really awesome that, we got this mostly confirmation in canon, because come on, he calls Zeke a precious flower.
Mm-hmm.
That's just, oh my god.
It's so pure.
It is. It really, really is. And
In his dying seconds.
yeah, his dying memories aren't of the moment he got promoted to Valor Clan leader. It's when he met Zeke and when he went to tell Zeke he was clan leader.
Mm-hmm.
And that his crossbow is going for its PhD.
Dr. Shooty.
He got it from a sacred.
got it.
He got it from a sacred tree. I fought it down myself.
Yeah.
Did he fight Shin?
Or was it from a world tree?
That's the question, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
I kind of love the fact that he was like, yeah, I fought it down myself. It's kind of like, hey, look at this thing that I did. I'm trying to show you because I
Are
love
you not
you.
impressed?
Like,
Right?
can you be a little impressed? Can you show emotion?
Yeah.
Please?
It's so adorable because Kyrlos first meets Zeke and he can barely talk to Zeke and he's all flustered and everything and it's adorable. And then you look back on the recent stuff, when the guys were doing the clan trials and everything, and it's oh my god, he keeps coming over to the Lily clan, not because he wants Zeke to think that the Valor clan is better, but because he wants to impress Zeke.
Mm-hmm.
He keeps wanting
Yeah.
to see his crush. And it's so
Yeah,
cute.
But the Valor clan is better. Let's be
Yeah.
real.
Yeah.
There's an
got Jack
interesting
Crossbows.
implication there too, that however long it took them to become clan leaders, Zeke's reasoning for doing this never came up until the moment they actually got to it. You know? That's really interesting and kind of a show of how one-sided that all probably was.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Poor Kyrlos.
No. Oh god, I'm on the one hand, I'm frustrated because it's not technically actually confirmed in show, and it happened as he was dying. But on the other hand, I'm excited because Jay did confirm it, and at least it's there.
Mm-hmm.
It's not it's not Dumbledore levels of implication. It's actually mostly addressed directly by the character himself.
And at the very least, you gotta give Jay the fact, he did say he was leaving everybody's lives up to the dice for this arc, so, he probably decided, I'm not gonna do any, re-rolls or anything. I'm gonna take them as they are, and it's gonna be legit.
Mm-hmm. Well, he seems also genuinely upset that Kyrlos is dead.
Yeah.
It really does.
He was a pretty fun character. He was out there. He was really...
Boisterous.
Yes, thank you.
It would have been kind of almost sadder if we had known he was queer from the start, because then we would have another queer character dead, but now it just feels like a very retrospective thing, and I'm not sure whether that's... Like, I'm not sure how to feel
Yeah.
about that.
It's a complicated situation, sort of thing, and like I said, I'm hyped that like he exists, that
Mhm.
that like we did get something in canon proper, but it's still a little frustrating, but slightly mitigated by the fact that like Jay did say he'll try and be better about making stuff explicit earlier on. With
He's also one of
characters.
the only people of color in this show. So that's also kind of
Yeah.
sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still, we bring this sort of stuff to their attention. The guys are usually like, "Oh, yeah, we kind of fucked up. We're going to try and
Mhm.
not do that in the future," which is nice. It's so nice. Like they are such awesome guys.
Actually, one thing I like about this, like, I'm not usually super hype excited, at least not as much as you guys are when like we get another gay character. I'm like, nah. But I really like it with Kyrlos because it's really cute and it's sweet and it's pure, and like in media it is so ridiculously rare to see a gay person portrayed as still acting masculine.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
You don't
Not-
look at Kyrlos and how he acts and instantly say, "Oh, that guy's gay." It's just like, "Oh, hi, you're gay. Okay, yeah."
Mhm.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the jock from what is the claymation movie? Paranormal.
Yeah,
Yeah. Paranorman.
I never watched it, but at the same time, you know, I was still like fairly surprised with that whole character of like, I'm gay, and it's just like, huh, okay, and
Yeah,
went
he's-
about my day.
Yeah, it's like a dumb jock character, and at the end of the movie, he's like, "Oh yeah, my boyfriend loves that sort of movie or whatever the hell it was that got brought up." It was-
Right. So yeah, it is very surprising to see that, and then once you find out, not immediately have that wall broken down of, well, he's just being jockey to put up a front and then
Mhm.
pull it down and then, you know, be the stereotype like they've done like with, I don't know, Glee, you know. It's that kind of thing. So it's a really nice change of pace. I do agree with Willow.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, it's a stumbling block, but hey, again, I have complete faith in the guys like bettering how they do this stuff and taking to note that, oh, hey, we're all reacting to this, like we're excited, but
Mhm.
yeah, it's so sweet. It's so amazing. Like I want to know more of their dynamic now. Like, I really wish they had more scenes together that weren't like big group scenes.
Mhm.
Where the hell is Kier?
In the credits.
Yeah, where is
Where-
Kier and Zeke? Where'd they
In-
go?
In the credits. What about Batty?
Elfy-
Batty dropped off the face of the planet.
Elfy, that does not-
Don't give me that.
I want
Be
them
in
all
the
to be okay, but I'm really worried. I'm really
Okay.
worried.
Can I say what I said last night as to where I
Yes.
think that
It makes me so sad, but yes.
they were like turned into the plants, like sort of like from the Little Mermaid and Ursula. You know how Little Mermaid, Ursula, how she has the plants or the little creature things,
Like eels.
yeah, that are other mermaids and stuff.
Oh,
sort
those
of
things.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah.
are freaky.
Jin doing that, and that's what the eyeballs are.
Huh.
I
Which
mean,
is-
I don't necessarily see that as terribly plausible, but
Yeah. The other
I-
possibility is they're in the catacombs that are like mentioned
Hmm.
that Horvin came up from that are in the back of the fort.
They stuck
Yeah.
them in Fort Jail.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, like, it would work better if we had a sense of the, like, time in between everything that happened with Kier and Zeke attacking Jin and Jin turning Horvin against them, and when Ash and Indian and Marcus and Morin show up.
hmm.
Like, That's kind of the missing piece here to be like, okay, how plausible is this theory?
Yeah, how much time did they have to do whatever?
But there's
No.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I love the group all immediately like the second Jin steps out of earshot, just being like, "Oh God, what a prick."
Yeah, it's great. But yeah, dark side. There's definitely more of those little eyeball mounds. Because like in previous episodes, there was like a brown one and a green one, like on the tile immediately to the left of the gate, like. Yeah, like that's right next to it. But now there's a whole bunch actually in front of the gate too.
I remembered a point I was gonna make. When Dao was there weren't any, but after Jin showed up and scared Dao away, they were there.
Yeah, I noticed that too. Actually, it's
So it seems to lead to the theory that Jin is at the very least responsible.
Yeah.
Which,
I mean,
Jin, you are increasingly suspicious.
Yeah, which implies him being at the seals at some point for some reason.
Yeah.
well, I mean, it used to be like the Lily Clan spot, so it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, Jin was probably there all the time.
And he did say that he had like that people who still worship the spirits go there. So I mean, it's reasonable to think that people who are banned go there too. So even if he hadn't been there recently, theoretically they could probably put them there. Like especially if he wanted to keep an eye on the place.
Yeah, but it's just like I really like. Again, I think it's semi-plausible, but I really, really hope that Dark's wrong and those aren't everyone, because baleful polymorph stuff fucks people up, and I like Kier does not deserve that after he just had this big breakthrough.
He does not.
I'm not saying he does. I'm just saying it's a possibility.
He's a precious cinnamon mineral. We must not hurt him anymore.
Exactly.
Jay also said that next episode we are going to be getting answers, which I am actually inclined to believe for once, if only because the gang, 3 of the members of the gang are now with Jin.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And as we all know, Indian is incredibly likely to call him out on bullshit.
She is excellent at getting answers.
And Marcus is also likely to do that, and Ash is now with them both and is probably going to be like, yes. Like, she's very good at asking questions, but she's not good at keeping on track, and if anything, they're going to help make up for that.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Sorry, you know what I love, though? It's like, Marcus meets Jin, and then he's talking to Ash, and he's like, you know, I used to be like this guy. I hate it.
Right?
Yeah, it's so great. Gotta love that character development.
He
Like,
used to
Ash
do
was
it.
right. Jin is just like Marcus.
Yeah.
Jin is like underdeveloped Marcus, who
Yeah,
never
yeah.
learned
Oh, God.
humility.
I just love, like Elfy said, I just love that they're honestly instantly like, he is a fucking asshole. What the hell?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was just waiting for Indian to be like, this is the guy you were taking orders from?
Right?
Yeah, it'll be exciting. I really, God, I hope, as much as I hate just like a fuck ton of exposition at once, we need some exposition right now.
Jay also said it would be a long episode, so presumably it will be more natural than here is an exposition.
Mm.
True.
I can't wait for Zelveta answers.
Right?
I know someone else in this call is a little excited for the possibility of Zelveta answers, but
How dare you?
Alright.
How dare you
Only a
imply
little
a
bit.
little?
Only a little.
Oh yeah,
Only.
Zelveta is just sitting in that tree during
No,
the
he
entire,
hasn't
like,
moved at all.
Oh,
The entire
yeah.
he
Yeah.
just look. He's
It's
just
just-
watching. He's just like, ha. Okay.
I choose to believe he's afraid of Narn, but like that's
I
just
think
me.
so too, because like he's half spirit, and like Narn is bad news.
For Spirit
Yeah.
specifically.
Yeah,
I'm just
well, in general, but yeah.
I'm just a little surprised. Like, he was so eager to face down Kyrlos, and now he's like hiding in a tree, even though Gregor clearly needs support.
Mhm.
God damn it, Ninja, go to your boyfriend.
Oh, that's so cute.
It's true though. It's true.
It's very true.
It's what's even funnier.
Yeah. Although speaking of, like, Fury, like, supporting Gregor is very cute.
Yes.
She's supporting for 3 now.
Which
Mhm.
implies that she has the strength of 3 men, which is what Kier has the strength of too.
Fury is very
Yeah.
strong.
Yes. I mean, come on. She Gencon wrestled all of those dudes, so.
She did.
Well, yeah, but that was because her truth was stronger than theirs. Come on.
You know what?
She crushed their entire sense of self.
I am suddenly picturing Willow as Fury, considering that Willow beat Jay at Gencon wrestling.
Proudest moment ever.
I mean, to be fair, the 2 times Jay Shinkala wrestled someone he lost, even though he was Colvin, and I was impressed by that.
Yes, but I like, you know, I helped you cheat on the first one, so.
Nobody
pictures.
needs to know that.
Everybody
There's
knows,
pictures.
Elfy. You put it on your
You were
Twitter or your
excited.
Tumblr or wherever.
I have pictures of the cheating.
I mean, to be fair to us, it was extraordinarily in character.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is true. This is very true. I
So,
think there's also video of me like actually beating Jay though.
yes, I filmed it.
Yes.
Can't hear me very well though, which is
No.
a shame.
Because we were in a busy convention hall.
Yeah.
And your voice is much quieter than Jay's.
And
And you were being away
200,000
from the camera.
200,000 people. That was insane.
Mm-hmm.
so many people. Oh my goodness, it's so crowded sometimes.
Do we have anything else on the episode before we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Rip
Sorry.
glaive. Moment. We need a moment of silence for the glaive.
Yes.
Rip the glaive of the waves, which had a cool, like, thing.
Oh, it's so cool.
We're gonna talk
God.
about Outriders' funerals now, right? Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yes, I want to hear
I
Dark
have
Side.
a page.
Well,
Okay,
let me say what an Outriders
Yes.
funeral is first, because a lot of us most of us said like we were expecting like a Viking funeral, like up in flames kind of thing. But the specific line is he honors his promise of giving them both an Outrider funeral and walks away,
Yep.
which at first is like what, but then realized that like think about what happened to Gregor when his village was attacked by owl bears. The Outriders
just walked away.
valiantly rode in, saved the day, and then left.
Yep.
Which
They
like
didn't even stop to pull Scarecrow Gregor off of his pitchfork.
so it's not necessarily like an Outrider funeral in the sense of maybe how they treat each other so much as how they treat everyone.
Yeah.
And it kind of brings into question, basically, did Kyrlos know that when he asked for it, or what?
Yeah. It's.
It seems like a habit that was interpreted as a custom.
Hmm.
Like
Yeah.
Because
a habit they have to leave. They don't have time to stay and bury all the dead, so they have to leave.
Yeah.
And so it was a habit to leave quickly.
Especially if they tend to like go after big groups of monsters like the owlbears, because like, okay, you kill a few, but the rest ran away and might be causing havoc somewhere else. We gotta get after them now, sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think also because Gregor was pretty young when the Outriders all died, so like when you're that age, it's really easy to you see people doing things and then you misinterpret why they do them or how they're done, and like it's like when you're a kid and you think for the longest time that thunder is because the angels are bowling or something.
Yeah.
That's adorable.
I always heard, I didn't hear anything with thunder, but I always heard that lightning was God taking pictures of the world.
That's a cute one.
But yeah, and you know, it might explain why Gregor doesn't know Aaron is still alive potentially,
Mm-hmm.
because like
They
if-
just walked away.
yeah, like
They don't check.
if whatever happened and like she was maybe like when they checked for survivors, she was like, I don't know, passed out or something and couldn't respond. If Gregor and anyone else who's potentially with him like didn't get a response from her, they probably thought she was dead and just walked away. So
Oh god, I was going to say something else.
Ooh, I have a thing
There
that
was- There was also
Oh.
in Romance, there's the one guy that they find who's been like killed by the bird things that I can never remember the name of. That's back on the
Yeah,
one who's
I
like,
designed them.
yes, those things that they find a guy who's been killed by them, and Kier and I think Ash are like, let's bury him, and Gregor's like, why?
Because that's what you do, Gregor. That's how you respect the dead.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
which of
but-
course it's
Wasn't there one point though where he mentioned that he's really good at digging graves?
Yeah. Well,
did.
It could be a thing of like, I don't know, maybe they went to like help a village or something, and like the survivors of the village were like, no, you're not leaving until you help us take care of our dead. Or
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we don't necessarily know, and we also don't know necessarily. Like he worked on a rock farm for one thing, so it's not like he doesn't know how to dig anyway.
Yeah.
But also, like, we don't know if maybe he helped dig graves when he was like worked still with his parents, or maybe in the time between the death of the Outriders and Meadshire. Like maybe that was a job he
Or-
took up.
Or it could be like Outriders have different funeral rites or whatever for like someone who's a member of their group and someone who isn't.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, there might be like a sort of explanation for this, but it sort of doesn't really make sense in the context because they leave the bodies and don't come back to them. But like the Egyptians would leave the body, have it dry out, and then bring it back and bury it and have like a super big ceremony thing. So like
Mm-hmm.
leaving the body and then coming back to it later
Mm-hmm.
isn't sort of that weird of a custom.
Right, but the way
So like
Jack,
they could, but it's implied that they leave it and don't come back.
yeah, the way Jackson phrased it made it seem like very final. Like the only thing you do is you leave them there.
Mm-hmm.
God, I wonder. There's a lot of implications here because it could be like, what if they do that so that anyone else that comes by knows there's monsters in the area and to be careful? Or
He could have put up like some kind of special marker or something. Like, I can imagine. I mean, the Outriders were basically a group of warriors, so I can imagine that a lot of things that they would do for like grave markers or something would be like they'd put the person's weapons in the ground where they died.
Mm.
So like, I mean, Gregor's got the crossbow, but like he could have stuck one of the bolts in the ground.
Now he has
The
a super
normal bolts.
now he has a super dangerous like deadly crossbow from a sacred tree that we don't really know anything about, and
Yeah.
he doesn't know anything about, and that
I-
worries me.
I just wait for Gregor to accidentally activate the super attack.
But you need like a specific bolt for it, don't you?
Yeah, you have to put in the red charged bolt. for it
Yeah.
to work.
Right, but do we know if there's not any left?
Well, do we know that Gregor has any crossbow bolts
Well,
at
I'm-
all?
I'm pretty
If
sure
you
all the
loot the body.
caddies are dead. All the caddies are dead.
Anyone?
All the caddies are dead.
Well, yeah.
Can I name this episode that? Because I don't know why that line's so funny to me. It just is.
Yeah, do it. Do
Now
it.
I'm just picturing Kyrlos trying to golf with crossbow bolts and fish.
I
Wait,
mean,
what did I fish?
tell me he wouldn't.
It plays with the golf balls. He's using the crossbow bolts to hit the fish. And
Remember, mug the body after you're done with them, and they're
yeah.
done.
Okay. It's
Oh, that-
loot table time.
That's what Marcus or Thog will probably. Oh, Thog's there. He'll probably do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God, what this is what like Thog just stays there, collects all of the loot, they go home with like all of this money because he found time to sell it while everyone else was resolving the war.
I mean,
Like,
it's
Dog, where
probably
did you get all
true.
that money? And Dog's just like, you don't.
Don't
need
worry
to know.
about it.
You don't need to know. If you know, you will be upset. So I'm not going to tell you.
Yeah.
I'd rather not have you upset.
Yeah.
On the one hand, I can't on the one hand, I don't think Thog would be entirely that callous because an actual like battleground and not just these people were idiots sort of thing. But I don't know. It's possible.
Oh yeah, I had one more note about the Outrider funeral thing.
Okay.
The one shot we see way back in the campfire scene of the two guys in the woods
Oh,
was
Jesus.
most likely Gregor giving Ventus the Outrider funeral.
Or where Ventus died.
Yeah, where Ventus died and that happened.
Yeah.
Poor tragic Gregor.
Man, oh god, there's so much because Gregor was clearly like stopped and like we don't know if Ventus was maybe still alive and telling him something or if he was mourning because Ventus was already dead. But like there's an implication that Gregor did something besides just walking away because of that. So like there might be some bitterness there if Aaron found out later or something. Like there's so much. Like I just want a full entire flashback for Gregor because there's so much and so many weird implications and it's like I just want to know which of them are true.
Aaron, show up and give Gregor flashbacks already.
I stand by my thought that she's going to show up looking for one of the clan leaders and run into him.
I mean,
Well, he
he's
is the leader of the Valor clan now.
Hey!
Exactly.
Yeah, good call, Elfy. I forget about that.
Exactly. And there's gonna be this. I want it to happen just because the it's probably going to be the episode ends on an awkward silence as they stare each other down. Like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah, it'll either be she tries to kill him and like tries to kill Morph because of everything, or she's like Gregor and goes to hug him.
I feel like she's
Or
gonna
it's
be
just
more
like-
confused than anything.
All the awkward silences because nobody knows what the heck's going on.
Yeah.
And
Ash is
the-
just like, you chopped me in half.
right?
Yeah.
I want it to
I'm still
happen when
wondering how
Sylvetta is still there, so Ash is just sitting on the other side of the room and fuming.
Asshole almost killed me, and that asshole cut me in half,
And almost killed
yet-
me.
and almost killed me. And Gregor's friends with them. Great. Oh,
Gregor seems
isn't
to have
this
this
just
habit now.
dandy?
Yeah.
Gregor does seem to have this habit now of befriending people who almost kill Ash.
Exactly.
Yep.
Is he gonna befriend Jin?
Oh, probably not.
I don't think Gregor would
Darn,
like Jin
though,
very
I think
much.
I think he's gonna befriend Norm.
I'm excited for that.
That'd be good.
I'm just, oh god, I'm so excited for next week. Like,
What a precious blueberry beanpole.
Blueberry
Yeah.
beanpole.
That's my favorite.
I have to
They
let
have
the
new
cat know.
art. They have new art.
Yeah, they're all busted
Yeah.
up because Gregor almost killed them.
Yep. Scar on their neck. Their horns are broken. Their mask has a crack in it. Anything
Oh,
else?
Gregor's probably gonna get some new art too, because I mean, new weapon and all,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
which I look
Yeah, that's
forward
going
to.
to be weird. Like,
Yeah, I know.
It's so
Gregor
weird.
has always been the glaive guy.
We need change, though.
yeah.
But who's to say
I
he's
just-
not going to get another glaive? Because like that sounds kind of dumb when I say it aloud, but at the same time, that was like the Outrider thing. Was that
Yeah.
like Ventus used I forget the name of the weapon. I
But
haven't
a bullet.
opened.
Something really long and ridiculous.
Yeah, he used a
Well,
spetum.
maybe Gregor will like class up to a different type of pole arm that isn't
Yeah.
a glaive.
And
Like, cool.
Aaron uses what is effectively the pole arm of swords.
Yeah. I do expect Gregor will get another glaive just because you don't put, assuming the guys are still using this, but you don't get a certain weapon proficiency and just ignore it because you lose one version of the weapon.
Yeah.
Also, if he does change weapons, and this is just me, and this is more of a sad thing to think about, but if he does change weapons, it also is a sign that he's moving on from the Outriders.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because, you know, the whole polearm situation.
Isn't
But,
necessarily a bad thing given what we know.
Yeah.
Or-
I guess.
But it's
But Gregor without a glaive is just not
Sad
Gregor.
that he's growing up. Good that he's moving on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Although my main thought is, shit, how do we work this into STA?
Right?
Oh yeah. I'm kind of hoping he gets a regular bow as well as a crossbow, because I'd be lying if I said I didn't want to see more Gregor with his sleeves rolled up.
Same.
It's true.
I am a terrible, terrible person.
Not really. Like it's good art. Like he looks good in it.
It does, but like he's also really hot, and I'm the sucker for muscles. I am weak.
Same.
It's a drawing. Which is great because I feel the exact same way. You're not alone.
Okay, about drawings. I actually had like a sort of a funny realization. Can't talk. Okay. But you know how Narn, how they have like new puppet and everything?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Mhm.
Gregor made them that way, literally, because Jackson drew their new puppet.
Oh yeah, I saw that Nard has a new pog based on the new puppet now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so like not only did Gregor like injure them and hurt them and make them like that, but also Jackson drew them to look like that too.
Yeah.
I don't know, sort of.
They're just. I'm so excited, and like I really love that they're just like, oh, Fury likes you. I guess we're cool.
Can we also admire the fact that Fury like ran in between them and was like, no fighting, no fighting.
Also
She's
that,
just done.
that height difference. She's so tiny.
She's
compared
so
to them.
tiny.
Like she barely comes up to their shoulder. Barely.
Mm-hmm.
It's so cute.
That
It's
is
so
super
cute.
adorable.
She's done. She's like, no. We're not doing this, not here right now, because we have one in La La Land. We have another who barely is standing on his own. I'm going to have to hold him. You're coming out of nowhere. I don't know who the hell are you, but you know what? No.
Fury is the mom friend.
Yeah.
Fury is the tiny mom friend.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a few weeks ago we were all like, Ash needs to take a nap. Now I'm just like, Gregor needs to sleep for like 3 days.
He needs to
Gregor
sleep
needs
for a
help.
week at least.
He needs medical attention.
Exactly.
Somebody just like grab them, stick them in a room with a couple of blankets, and just be like, here, you two take a nap.
Mm-hmm.
Sleeping will
And
not
don't come out
fix
until
Gregor
you're-
right now.
Sleeping really isn't going to fix Gregor right now. He needs some serious TLC.
Yeah.
Oh, another important reason that Gregor should get like a new polearm is because otherwise he knows all these stances and can't use them.
I mean, he can probably, like, Dr. Schutz is probably big enough that he can still do the stances. He just would have to.
They would not. Well, like you can't do Comet Strike with a crossbow.
It just doesn't work.
No.
Looks at the head.
Here's what. Let's see. Shoot, I am forgetting the order. Comet Strike's the one he uses against Narn, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
And Falling
so all
Star
he
is
does,
little.
he jumps up, he fires a bolt to the ground, he swings around the bolt, and then he bashes whoever in the head with the crossbow.
No.
It's not how you use a crossbow.
Although, admittedly, it'd be really cool if he did a thing where he like jumped past someone, fired a bolt, and then like skidded to a stop and jumped right after it. So like maybe they parry the bolt, but like he gets them.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It would be God. I'm just really excited because like this is there's so much change up going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm concerned for everyone and anyone in Thrilling Intent.
Same.
Jin is an asswipe.
Yeah.
Although at least he's a semi-honest one.
Yeah, he didn't tell a single lie. He just didn't tell them everything.
Yeah, he'll dodge questions, and he'll like Jin is pretty much the closest to an actual like Spiritfolk sort of character that we're going to get. You know,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
like he tells the truth. It's just he's not telling the whole truth, or he's telling you different truth than the one you want.
The devil's in the details, after all.
Mhm.
Sit here today.
I mean, he is here today, though. That's the point. We're finally getting answers.
Anyways, that's about all I got in the episode.
Same.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now we talk about Gencon?
Gencon!
Woo.
It
We
was
almost
so
went
much
there.
fun.
Can I just start this topic off with I miss all your faces.
I miss you guys
I miss
too.
your faces too. And the hugs.
I miss the laughs that we shared.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I miss conga line.
yeah,
The literal conga line.
Gencon
Yes.
is so huge. Like, in case anyone forgot when we started mentioning it earlier, there were 200,000 people at Gencon. So when we were in crowded areas, we literally just, like, latched onto each other and conga lined out.
Mm-hmm.
Especially
all
when
had-
we were first looking for the guys.
Yeah.
Oh, Stevie, tell the story. Tell the story.
Tell the story. Oh, okay. All right. So we're sitting there, and Third Wheel is tweeting. The guys are tweeting, and they're like, "Hey, come find us." And me, with the only internet connection apparently on my phone, because Willow was having troubles, and some people were also having.
Wi-Fi
I
there
just wasn't
hated
checking
me.
my phone. Who needs to check your phone when someone else is doing it for you?
Exactly. Now, to put this in perspective, Elfy was dressed as Marcus. I was dressed as Ash.
Well,
and
I was wearing my horns. You had your wig.
yeah, that I'm considering that dressed as so and so. And Willow was done as Charoth, and then we had a couple
Not
other
on the
people.
first day.
Sophia.
Not on the
Yeah,
first day.
First
No
day I
one
was
else
just in
was
my
dressed
Take
up.
That shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Anyway, so I'm forgetting that.
It's okay.
Oh, that was the second time. Okay. Anyway, so we get the tweet of "we're over here," and I literally whip out my phone, and I'm like, I know exactly where this is. I gather everyone up. I'm just like, "You're coming with me. You're coming with me, guys. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Let's move.
Let's move." And everyone's sitting there going, like, "What?" And before we had gotten to the Pokemon Center, which is where we were, Elfy was like, "I don't want to be the snakehead anymore." So I was like, "Fine, I'll take it over." And let me tell you, as soon as I saw that tweet, I took over. And
Very much so.
we're running down the aisles. Everyone's holding on to each other's backpacks and bags and, collars of the shirts. And we're literally just bolting. And I pull out my phone. I look up the banner. I'm like, this is exactly where it is. And they're like, no, one more over. So we curl around slowly. And we're walking by and we see these two dudes with long ass hair. Now, of course, Gencon, you're going to run into the people with long ass hair.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to very casually see, is it Jay? Is it Matt? And while my eyes are not fully on the road before me, Foss jumps out of nowhere like a Pokemon
Hey, I know
NPC. Hey, I know you! Claps
Finger
his
guns.
hands and finger guns.
Yes. It was great.
Mm.
And then
I
just
fell
stopped
backwards.
Yes. Sadly, I was not there for this part because I was at a panel.
Yeah, I did.
Of course, like right before we started walking by them, though, I'm holding onto Stevie's shoulder. I'm like, Stevie, is that them? Is that them? Do you think that's them?
And I'm sitting here going, I don't know, Willow, let's just keep going. Let's just keep walking. Because I don't want to be awkward and go like, hey, look. And really, before Foss jumped out, I was going to be like, Marcus Velafis, conga line for peace. Join one, join all.
That would have been
Like-
great.
It would have, but Foss threw me off my groove. And
But, yeah. And then they gave you all shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am wearing my spelling shirt right now.
damn!
They gave out 2 shirts, one of which is just a copy of Indian's PJs, so now we know what it actually says.
And the other one was Wrestlepocalypse, which I have.
Yes.
But yeah, I was super happy because like since I wasn't there to start with, Elfy wound up giving me his shirt when I caught back up to everyone, except it was too small, so I switched with Dark because Dark is like tiny,
Small.
And somehow ended up with a giant shirt.
yeah. So somehow Dark got an extra large, so we switched, and then Elfy got like the last shirt that the guys had, so.
Which was Jay's shirt.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
essentially Jay's shirt.
That he said not to tell anyone, but everyone knows about anyway.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
why I
Yeah.
was like, what to say.
Oh, was it a secret?
It's a secret shirt.
Super secret, super secrety shirt.
It's like the family secret that like everybody in the
Everyone
family knows,
knows.
but they don't talk about it. But at the same time, they'll talk about it in small groups.
But
Yeah,
it was.
and I think
Yeah.
no one's listening.
Yeah, you all got a few minutes to hang with them, and then Friday was their first panel, which
Mhm.
amazing. Well, Friday we ran into Jackson and Matt before, like
Mhm.
in the morning, which was
Yeah,
great.
at the hallway by the pass pickup.
Yeah, by will call, and we were all because like I'd been in the exhibit hall and I went to find you guys, and I was like, oh, there's a Jackson here too.
Mhm.
And then I gave him his bookmark and was trying to get a picture, and then
Does
Elfy
Elfie want to?
Yeah, go ahead.
Does
Elfie.
Elfie you want to?
Okay, so we were all talking in like this awkward circle in the middle of like we shuffled aside into like a little side hall, and as we're talking, I see like something out of the corner of my eye, and I turn and I look at it, and I'm like, "Why is that from? Oh, that's Indian's hat." And they keep going, and and then I'm like, "That's an Indian cosplayer," and they keep going. And I pause and I go, is everyone just going to ignore the Indian cosplayer that just walked right by us?
Yeah.
We didn't even see them.
I was focused on getting Jackson's picture, and that
I
was
was-
a story
My
because
back was turned to them. I was not facing them at all.
I was getting a selfie with Kriana, and I look back at the selfie, and literally the Indian cosplayer and the Waterfall Warrior cosplayer are in my shot, and I'm sitting there going, "What the fuck? How did
Yeah.
I not see this?"
You guys were literally running after them down the hallway, yelling, "Indian, Indian!"
yeah, well, Stevie had his Ash wig again, and so yeah, he went chasing after them, and it's like, "Hi, I'm Ash," and then this is the rest of the fan crew, and this is Jackson.
I was like,
That
"Hey, do you want to meet?"
during karate.
I was like, "Hey, you're Indian. I really want to feed you your hat. Do you want to meet Jackson?" And they're like, "Who?" And I was like, "Jackson. You know Jackson, the same guy who does
Okay.
Jackson. You know Gregor."
Jackson.
And they're like, "Oh, oh my
Yeah.
god!" I was like, "Yeah, right over here," and it was fantastic.
It was great.
Yeah, that was super cute. Like,
And then I got to give, and then Matt stopped by later, like right after they left.
yep,
And I got to give away the first of my gifts, which was that all of 3W got pig bats.
yep. And I cross-stitched bookmarks for all of them with symbols for their characters and quotes.
And I gave them cookies.
I showed up.
Yeah,
And then-
same.
And then tried
I
to
was
stand in a
present.
garbage can.
Actually, it's really
Oh, God.
funny. Like, we all got to meet Matt and Jackson together, but then we were going for lunch, and I think it was me and Sophia. I think we were we were wandering about separate from everyone else for whatever reason, and we go by the cafeteria where we'd been eating the entire time, and I see the guys walking up in a group, and there's Foss and Jay, and like, I haven't given them their cookies yet. I'm like, "Hey guys!" And I give them their cookies. Literally, the words out of Foss' mouth were, "I'm going to be shameless and eat these right now." And then Jay was like, "I'm going to be not shameless and stick these in my backpack."
But yeah,
Wow.
It's great.
it's so cute. They're so great. But yeah, but then we eventually got to the panel, and wow, I just
The
It was
turnout.
good.
They were so
Yeah.
nervous.
there were a good 40, 50 people in the room, maybe.
Jackson
Um,
kept petting his pig bat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was so super happy. Like, I got there after everyone else, but like since y'all had grabbed like front row seats, except for Dark, who was sitting back because
I
she
had the camera.
But yeah, I just I was so happy because we got to sit like right up front and be like, oh, hi.
So, for anyone wondering, Foss played with this little cat plush.
That was at the
And-
second.
Yeah, that was
the
second
panel.
panel.
Was that? Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, the first
Yeah,
one
first-
had the cat plush guarding the business cards.
And he surprisingly did not mess with it at all.
Yeah. He
But
got
Jay
busy
kept
with his
putting his
hand.
elbows on the table.
yeah,
Yeah.
and
Foss
Foss
was
kept
elbowing him
elbowing.
off.
Yeah, because every time he did that, he would make noise, and like I'm not sure if it showed up in the recording or not, but Foss
I
was
didn't
obviously
hear it,
worried
but
about that.
they might have edited it out.
Yeah, Stevie had a flower for Matt,
Yes, it was great. Matt was playing with it the entire time.
and
Yeah.
Jackson was fighting his pig bat the entire time.
And I
And
gotta
Jay
give
kept playing with his hair nonstop.
Jay his other two presents, which were I gave him a Zorua plush, which I got in New York City like last year. And I was like, I know Jay loves Zorua and he can't play Pokemon Go because he's an iPhone 4. So I'll give him the Zorua. And it's funny because I was like, oh man, I bet this is really special. And we go to the Pokemon Center and they're selling Zorua, that exact plush. And I'm like, fuck it, I already have it. I'll give it to him. And then I ordered a case for my phone and it has Zelvetta on it. He's holding like a blue flame. It's really cute. But
I wonder if you drew it.
But I went to order one for my phone, and I was like, oh, I don't know. I thought I had an iPhone 4. I was like 75% certain I had an iPhone 4, but as it turns out, I have an iPhone 5. So I ordered another one from Redbubble, and they're like, oh, we'll keep the first one because we can't really do anything with it. And I was like, oh, okay. I wonder if anyone of the guys has an iPhone 4, and it turns out Jay has an iPhone 4, so I gave it to him. And he didn't even
Yeah.
have a case for his phone yet, so now he does, and it's
great,
Zelvetta.
Yeah, fucking nerds. But yeah,
I'm
so
wearing the bracelet I made.
their-
I'm so
their
happy.
panel,
Mhm.
they were so nervous at the start of the panel. It was actually kind of adorable. Like it was really cool to see that, like, oh hey, they're just as like nervous excited to be here as the rest of us are.
I was
Yeah.
actually a little bit surprised, like, how many not TI people showed up as well. Of course, then again, I suppose Rules are a pretty popular panel to
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
check out.
Yeah, like it was really cool to just like hear them talking about everything in their approach to like when they start house ruling something or what they put as the limit on that and like go find a different game. And I love their philosophy of like think of what the impact this rule has on the game's theme, and then start slow with your changes to make sure you don't break something.
Mm-hmm.
No, baby.
And that was a phrase that caught on and we used in chat for a few days, which confused everyone who wasn't at Gencon.
Vanilla, baby.
I just love how in that first panel it gets used in like 5 different contexts. Until,
Like,
it's,
The
like,
funny thing
next
to me
day.
is it's a perfectly logical sentence because in World of Warcraft, that's basically like a phrase used is you call someone like a Wrath baby if they started playing during Wrath of the Lich King. But just like
Right.
the way Foss used it, the fact that he was the one who used it, the fact that there was no prompting to this phrase existing whatsoever, really
Just
sold
made
it
it
as
up
like,
on the spot.
yeah, like a vanilla baby.
Yeah, basically, like Jay was just like started calling everyone vanilla babies, probably to like make fun of Foss for saying something so ridiculous. And then the next day during the meetup, we came to the conclusion that like, oh, it means someone who got into stuff with the big name things like D&D itself. or
Yeah, you started
Pathfinder.
with a vanilla system, like a very basic system.
Yeah,
Not Monsters of the Week, you know.
Mhm.
yeah, or like
Still
made
vanilla
RPG
baby.
or something very like niche like that.
Mm-hmm. And
I'm
then what?
super excited. I hadn't met them yet, and then Foss knew me by name. It's like, ah! Well,
I know,
like, you know, I have met Foss and Jay, I should say. But...
He kept calling me Charoth the entire second day because I was wearing my Charoth cape. I didn't even have the mask on yet.
Yep.
Oh, Jay wore my cape. I was so happy.
Mm,
Yep, the next day
Yes.
was the meetup, and we initially got lost trying to find it, walked past the room, and there was Matt, and he was like, oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
oh, hi!
Yeah,
It's like,
it was,
oh, in there.
well,
I
because
noticed they're pretty well for having gone there accidentally last time, so I feel like I found the place pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
well, like their first tweet about it had said, "Hey, it'll be in this building," which is cool because it's the same building where their panels were, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the tweet when we're actually having the meetup, it's like, oh, it's in the complete other half of the building, which actually has a different name and a completely different layout. So
And it's a really
fuck.
convoluted way to get there too. You can't even get there from the first floor if you're in the other building. You got to go upstairs, and then across, and then downstairs again.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
But we found it. We found it, and it was super cool. I really wish that someone had been able to get like video of the meetup itself, but like they were so gracious about doing like signatures, and then at
All the
one point,
pictures.
yeah, and then at one point, fucking Boss and Jay started getting into an argument, and Jay went into his Indian voice,
It was so
and then
good.
so it was like, wear the hat, because I was cosplaying as Indian, and the Indian from Friday was there again as well. So he just wanted, he took my hat because I was staying closer, and then Boss was like, no, stack the hats, and grabbed the other Indian's hat. It was just so
And had a pair of sunglasses on.
Yeah, he spent most of the rest of the time with 2 Indian hats and a pair of sunglasses on. It was just like a fucking nerd.
There's a photo of it
Boss
on my
signed
Twitter, and it's
Charles
great.
mask.
I had Jay sign a legally binded document, so that was great.
I think you had to have that notarized for it to be legally binding.
I
It
don't
has to be-
care.
It's fandom binding.
Yeah,
But,
exactly.
yeah, they signed my hat. They signed my Charoth notebook. Elfy signed my Charoth notebook.
I think I signed your Charoth notebook too. Maybe. I don't know.
No, I
Everyone signed Jay's copy of some book.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
that's what it was,
forget
okay.
what he had. I forget what he had.
It was like
was
it was another Golden Sky Stories rulebook, wasn't it?
That's right. That's right. Yeah, it was a mini adventure thing.
And it was an expansion.
Yeah.
And then we all rushed to the panel as an enormous snake.
Yes, and it was, oh my god, the snake, the fucking snake. So
What
there's
was
like,
funny was Matt was the snake butt.
yeah, it's so great. It's like it was like, hey guys, there's like 3 minutes before your panel starts, and they're like, oh shit. So Boss starts, my boyfriend thankfully was like, oh hey, I know how to get to the panel room from here. So Boss comes out, and then we wait a second just to make sure everyone's slowly filing their way out at least, and we start walking, trusting that people will catch up. And we wound up
Fun.
with like a completely separated snake head and snake butt because everyone took 2 different ways to get there. And just remember someone, was it you, Elfy? I forget. But someone
Fun
commented, someone commented that like, hey, at least both parts of the snake have an Indian and a market.
Oh yeah, that was me. That was
Oh yeah, they both are brains.
so.
Fun fact though about that, because I don't know if everyone who managed to make it to the panel noticed that Faust, Matt, and Jay made it there, but then like
Jackson was late.
Jackson's
Mhm.
that
He
was
was
because
following-
of me.
Oh dear. What did you do?
We
All you had
thought
to do
we were
was follow
following.
Tara.
Well, you guys were
Oh,
walking
that's
way too
bad.
fast. And I swear I thought I saw Matt go down a hallway that did not happen. So me, Sophia, and Jesse are all going. And then I was like, I don't know where we are. I turn around and Kriana and Jackson are following us. Like, oh, hey, we were just following you. And I'm sitting there going, why did you do that? And he pulled out his phone and he's like, where are we going?
Yeah.
But it was great. And Kriana gave me back my notebook because she was like, hey, is this yours? And I was like, oh my
yeah, you
god,
almost
thank
forgot
you.
that.
Yeah, no, she picked it up and she's like, I saw this and I thought it was yours. And I was like, thank you.
Yeah. Dark, did Jay wind up following you?
He was ahead of me, I think.
He was
But yeah,
following me.
he was in
I
our
just barely
cluster.
I just barely managed to keep up with the rest of the snake, and like there were a couple of times where like I almost lost sight of people, but like I saw where they went, so I followed, and I'm like I was constantly looking behind, like, are you guys still there? Okay, good.
One of my favorite parts
Yeah.
is when we were all charging ahead, and like we could hear Jay behind us, and I was like, wow.
Yeah.
And Foss was like, yeah, he's like that.
Yeah, we could just hear this giant fucking Kier voice.
Yeah.
Which,
We-
oh my god, Jay is so big. What the hell?
He's so
He's so
tall.
tall, and he gives amazing bear hugs. He gave me bear hugs.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. It's
What,
so
like
great. I love bear
6'5"?
hugs.
6'4", I think.
Like, Jesus.
He's very tall. And
He's
gives
very
good bear
tall.
hugs.
He's very excitable. Like, essentially, Kier is his self-insert, it feels like.
Yeah.
He's a giant puppy.
Oh,
Yeah.
we also I fought 2 people at the meetup. I fought Jay, and I beat him by having Kat help me cheat at
Yeah.
Jinkala wrestling because I was like, I'm supposed to fight you, and he's like, all right, let's Jinkala wrestle, and I was like, oh geez.
Yeah, and then
And
I,
then they made it up. I
Jay
love
didn't
that they
wanna
have
make
a
it.
made-up game for Jinkala wrestling.
Yeah.
Well,
I
like, he went and got us cups because you need cups to Jinkala wrestle.
yep.
They actually like thought out how you should call a wrestle. I love it.
I really
Make-
like. I wanted. After I helped Elfy win, I really wanted to Jinkala wrestle Jay while using my Ashian mug just to be silly and make a chipping point, but there was no time. So
Aw. Yeah, I Jinkala wrestled Jay on the last day, and I won because I out-philosophized him.
Mm-hmm.
which is
I'm
so funny because you're like 8 inches shorter than him.
I know! To be fair, though, he wasn't really trying super hard on the strength aspect, because, like, I was doing my hardest, and he wasn't budging.
Yeah.
Are you sure? Because like his muscles were like pretty like bulgy.
Well, he, at the very least, he gave up when I out-philosophized him, so...
I think it's literally because you took him by surprise. So
My
It's kind of
destiny
like-
has never been written in stone.
it's kind of like how you took down Matt.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
Oh yeah,
That
you
was
put him in headlock.
And then put Jay in a headlock.
I put Jay in a headlock, yeah, and managed to bruise my forearm for a good 3 days after the con.
Yep.
It's a funny story though, because like day 1 we're all taking pictures of the guys and everything, and Stevie goes up to Foss like, I'm gonna fight you. No, I don't
No,
want to fight you. I
no.
don't want to actually hit you. I'm like, you don't have to fight. You don't have to hit them in order to fight them. You just have to put them in a headlock. And I headlock Matt, and he's so
Did
Oh.
you break him down? Like I saw the pictures. It just oh my god.
yeah. He's like
Right,
a half
I was
foot-
fighting
he's like a half a
Jay.
foot taller than me, and like I just got him in a headlock.
His
And then the
hair.
next time I saw him, and then we got hugs from him. He's like, "No headlocks, please."
His hair whipped around so fast, though. It wasn't even really registered on the camera because I was recording a video of it. And I was actually fighting Jay. It was more of me just going, for Arrow's sake because they couldn't go. And yeah, literally all you see is Matt turns his head very slowly to Willow, and next thing you know, his ponytail has flipped around his neck. He's being pulled to the ground, and I'm trying to focus the camera on what the hell Willow's doing. I'm sitting here going, what is going on?
It was great.
But yeah, after a perilous trek across the building, we all made it to their second panel. And it
We
was-
all made it.
Yeah, it was a bigger room. I'm not sure if the crowd was actually bigger. Or not.
Yes, there was
think it
more
might have-
people.
I thought
There
it was
was
more
maybe
people.
about the same.
It was a bigger room and more people.
Oh right, there were people around the edges too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ross kept like finger gunning towards someone off on the side, and we're just trying to figure out who he's doing it to. But like, I never
Yeah.
actually fully looked.
Yeah, it was. Oh my god, it was so super cool though, because like they weren't necessarily more relaxed, but they were definitely speaking more officially, more knowledgeably
Mhm.
during the second
More
panel.
coherent.
Yeah, well, like the first panel was just like, hey, there's a lot of this that like depends on your group. This is what works for us. It might not for you. It was very conversational. This the second panel like felt like a lesson or something. It was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
YouTube stuff is more of a how-to than a oh hey yeah this is what we do. Maybe you guys can get some ideas from this or something.
Yeah. yeah, it was just really cool to like have the two like contrasts there, you know. And,
They were so sweet, guys.
They were
And then-
amazing and
So-
sweet and wonderful, and I got so many hugs,
So-
and I'm so
yeah,
happy.
so many hugs. It was great. And like fucking we all get to the second panel, and then Jackson comes in, and he has a bag of stuff from Panera. And,
Oh my god.
And like at one point, like 5 minutes into the panel, Bosch just reaches over and grabs something out of there. He's like, "What? I'm hungry."
I'm still surprised they left that in the audio that they put on YouTube.
And someone threw like a granola bar at Matt?
Trail mix.
It was a bag of trail mix
Oh.
because they were all very hungry and it was lunchtime.
It was great. It was so cute. Like, just,
Mhm.
oh my god.
What? I'm hungry. And
Yeah.
it's like the glares from Jackson and Matt.
Yeah,
and
and like
Jay.
Bosch sounds so offended. Like, what? I'm not allowed to have food? Like, and I find it especially funny too. Like, he's not worried about the sound, like someone's speech being garbled by food being in their mouth, but he's worried about the thumps Jay makes when he hits the table.
He kept
Yeah.
like pushing Jay's arms off the table.
To be
Yeah.
fair, it's not like he was talking while he had the bagel, so.
Yeah, but like, eventually, during the first panel, when Boss kept trying to knock Jay off, like it's in the audio, but eventually Jay just leans back, lounges against the wall, and Matt stops. And he looks over and he's like, is something going on there? It's just like that. And he just had such a smug look, like, I turned the back around on you and you got in trouble for making me do this. What?
I also love the fact that when Faust was nudging Jay, and Jay finally pulls back, Matt, he also had his arms on the table and everything like that. He just kind of glances over at Jay and Faust and then goes, "Oh, maybe I shouldn't have my hands on the table either." Because Jackson didn't have his hands on the table. He was just sitting there like very...
Yeah,
Well,
his
you know,
hands were in his
composed.
lap. He was sitting very still, very nervous, so he was not.
Yeah.
He was paying the pig bat that he got, so.
Well, a little bit, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
but his
so cute.
elbows or nothing else were on the table.
I kind of felt bad for Matt, though, in the second panel, because it seemed like he didn't have as much to talk about as everyone else, because I guess he's not as much of a part of the post-production stuff as, like, Jay and Faust are, and then Jackson a little bit with the art. So, like, poor Matt, he was just sitting there being quiet most of the time, unless he could get, like, an actual quip in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's okay. Like, I'm sure they knew that, like, going in, you know? And Jay kind of gave him an opening being like, oh yeah, Matt's kind of like our like post-editing guy now who like eyes the final run before it goes live. Like, that was like they it's very neat. Like, they have such a good friendship because they all know, oh hey, we need to make sure and get like everyone in on what we're saying. So like the first maybe like 10 minutes of their first panel, it was all Faust and Jay, and then finally they seemed to realize that Jackson and Matt were talking, and so like
Oh yeah, we kind of
made
need
an
to
effort to
move
get
the
them-
conversation over to them a bit.
yeah
Yeah.
And I
it
feel
was-
like the
go ahead,
Go ahead,
Dirk.
Dirk.
well, I liked the group picture that happened after the second panel that we
Yeah.
all got one with all the cosplayers, except
Yeah.
for Stevie because he fell.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Poor
poor Stevie fell.
We're sorry.
I was-
We didn't hear
I
you.
I was
Knocked me into
not
a pole.
almost knocked Faust down.
Yeah.
He asks, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine." And
I'm
everyone just
okay.
kept walking.
You
Kept
said you were
walking.
okay.
I
I'm
was
sorry.
leading the conga line. I didn't even see you.
Yeah,
What
I was at
was-
the head of the group. I didn't.
I was so nervous and didn't know what to necessarily do because I was more in shock of, oh my god, my knee just gave out, that I didn't call Elfy. I didn't call Kat. The two main people who really were a support, because Elfy, I'm rooming with him for an entire week, and Kat, because Kat is team mom. And, I didn't do that. No. What do? I send out a tweet of, my leg gave out, please send help, over
Yeah.
Twitter. Not even tagging Elfy or Kat first, or Willow or Sophia. No, I tagged the third wheel guys because, oh yeah, they'll come get me. Right.
They're the ones who wanted food the most.
Like, I didn't have my phone set up with Twitter notifications because I only had Twitter set up on my phone for the weekend, because normally I'm at my computer all the time anyways.
Right.
So, like, I didn't bother setting up notifications, and then, like, I go to check my thing, because, like, oh, maybe, where is Stevie? Like, he should have caught up by now. Maybe he sent a text or something. And then, like, I just didn't see anything, but I had my phone out, so I went to check Twitter, and I was like, oh, shit, guys, I'll be right back.
Yeah. I felt bad. I'm sorry.
I really wanted to get in on that picture, but I was like, you know what? I'm in too much pain to really care right now. But hey, it was a great con. I mean,
Yeah.
my leg gave out,
And the
and
guys asked about you the next day. They're like, hey, are you okay?
Fisher was so nice.
Mm-hmm.
He was really nice.
so nice.
I never met Pitcher. Like, you guys met him on, like, Thursday.
You were still at the panel.
Yeah.
It was
But,
the
like,
first day, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, first day.
And, like, we never seemed to run into him while I was with you guys, so I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
I feel like he was somewhere at one point with the guys.
I didn't.
He was very quiet,
Yeah,
but
he was kind of off to the side most of the time.
he
Actually, I
like
think on the last day, like, he was there, but he was quiet.
he took the time to tweet
On
me
the
and
Sunday?
Elfie going, I was right next to the guys when you guys were meeting them, but I clammed up and didn't speak, and we were just like, come find us at the food court, like ASAP, like, please.
Apparently, there's like 5 food courts.
Yeah.
There was like 7, okay? There
Yeah,
was
okay.
4 at one area, and you guys were like, oh yeah, we're at the food court in this area. Well, there was 4 food courts in that area. And it was hard.
I didn't know that.
Guys. Yeah, I was trying to find you guys, and Elfie texted me like, "Oh yeah, we're at the food court outside Exhibit Hall D," and I was like, "Okay, I'll meet you. I'll be there soon." So I find a food court near Exhibit Hall D. I get my food while I'm trying to find you guys, and then I meet up with Dark and her brothers, and like we're like, "Where the hell are you?" And eventually Elfie's like, we're at the one with like this stuff. And it's like, okay, I know where that one's at now. But it's just like, I did not realize Exhibit Hall D is labeled as Exhibit Hall D. Like all of the other ones are divided up. Like every few feet it's actually a different exhibit room because they have like collapsible walls basically.
Yeah.
But like Exhibit Hall D is labeled as Exhibit Hall D all the way around. So it's like, oh, we have to find whichever one.
Yeah, it makes
Yeah.
finding things very hard, apparently.
And then he sat down with us,
He was really, really nice.
and he watched Willow sell away her soul to like some Girl Scout for 20 bucks.
Oh yeah, the I almost forgot about. How do I forget about the chocolate? I spent $20 on chocolate. What is wrong with me?
I mean, 15. I took the cotton candy, so.
This is true. I ate the entire thing of Butterfingers by myself.
What was it? She couldn't make change for a 20, right? So you just gave
No,
her the-
her mom was counting change for 20, but then she said, "Oh, by the way, there's a deal. If you buy 4 for $20, you get 2 extra for free." And I'm like, "Oh, okay," because I was really, really out of it because I had literally gotten off the plane that morning, and I had drained all my energy meeting the guys. Like
Yeah.
anyone who is at the table can attest to this.
Yeah.
I was literally trying to take naps at the table while Kisher was there because I was just so worn out.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it was great. It was so good. Such a good convention. Oh, and then Sunday, last day of the con, we're all there, and then we're in different groups. Like I think it was me, Elfie, and Stevie, and then Willow.
I was by
And I was
myself
there.
because I wanted to wander the vendor hall a bit.
Yeah.
Right.
And then
right,
I went off with Stevie and Sophia, and we got Starbucks.
Right. And then
We
at
showed
one
up
point-
20 minutes late with Starbucks.
Well, the thing was, like, the guys tweeted, oh, hey, Jay and Foster are going to be at this spot. So it's like, oh, we need to go and find them. And I remember I was with Dark and her brothers, because Elfie and Willow were off doing something else. And Stevie, I don't remember who you were with at the time, or if you were.
Sophia and
Stevie-
Dark.
You
thought-
were with me at
wait.
you were with
Sunday,
me like
last
right
night.
before I
Oh.
think, Stevie, because
We,
No, wait,
we
no,
were meeting
Saturday was the day-
Taliesin.
no,
We
Saturday was
meeting-
Taliesin.
Yeah.
Saturday was
okay.
Taliesin.
But
Sunday
I
I found Matt Mercer, but that was like after
Yeah.
Jay vanished again.
Oh,
just
okay.
I just remember that like we were going to go and find them, and it's with Dark and her brothers and Jesse, and I texted them like, stay in that spot, we'll be there, like we will be there. And then we get there and they've made another tweet, oh, we're over at this booth. And then we get there and
Boss
hey,
is literally
Ricky!
walking away.
Yeah.
I
I
remember
saw
running around
him.
to-
I saw his black head
Like
turn away from Jay and
Yes.
walk and turn to the left and leave.
yeah,
And,
I
like,
did
that
not
was
see Boss, but
Faust.
it's like hey Jay, and Jay's like, hey Boss, what Boss? Like he was confused as well.
I
feel like
remember though,
Foss
like
just
I'm by
noped.
myself, and Foss posts this picture on the Third Wheel Twitter, like, "Hey, we're at this spot. Look for Slugfest Games." I'm like, I find the place. I find Slugfest Games. I look around, no one's there. I look up, there's the banner, and then finally someone texted me like, "Hey, we're at like the back of that." I'm like,
Yeah. Because
oh,
we wanted to get out of the way, you know, we didn't want to be in the way of all the moves.
okay. And
was-
I show
it
up.
was-
I'm like, there you are.
Yeah. Then we found a corner and we stayed there for like what, 4-5 hours?
We
Something
cleaned
No.
the corner for our own.
Like
It was
Jay,
the
was at
entire
least
rest
2.
of the day.
Jay stood there and was like talking with us for like 20 minutes, and then he was like, "Oh, hey, we have to go check out of our hotel, so see you guys later." And then the Third Wheel account made a tweet like, "Hey, Gencon was really fun, so glad everyone can make it," with a picture of all 4 of them. So
It was Faust saying
Yeah.
goodbye though.
it was just Foss leaving ahead of everyone else. So we're sitting there, we're chilling, you know, just enjoying our last few hours hanging out as friends. And at one point, I send the Third Wheel a really sappy email, like, "Hey, it was so cool meeting you guys. Y'all are awesome. Thank you for all the hugs, all the signatures." And then 5 minutes after, like, I type it out, and then I'm like, I should wait to send this. This is weird saying it immediately. And then I sent it, and then 5 minutes later, Jackson and Matt and Jay show up. I was like, oh,
I
God.
told you to wait
You
for
hid behind the
tomorrow.
curtain. You
And
hid
Elfy
behind
was
the
like,
curtain and
I
screamed.
did.
I told you to wait for tomorrow, and you didn't listen.
I did not. I should have listened to Elfy. Elfy is
Yeah,
the one.
then Stevie, Sophia, and I had to rush back because we got the text saying, "Oh yeah, we're hanging out with Third Wheel." We're like, "Shoot!" So we had to run all the way across the street from the Starbucks and come back.
Yeah.
I got-
But you guys made it, so
Yeah.
I got really sad at one point because somebody told me that they had all left at that time, and I was really sad. And then all of a sudden they show up. I'm like, what? I thought you guys were gone.
yeah. Well, that like we were all surprised because like Jay had said that Foss was leaving early and the rest of them would be back, but then they made that tweet on the Third Wheel account, so it's like, is it all of them? Did all of them leave? And then it took them like 45 minutes to get back to where we were hanging out. So
Probably
yeah.
had to pack up the car just so once after the con they would go to Kisher's place of living, I think,
Yeah.
and then
I-
yeah.
Do you find it kind of funny though? Like, they, Jay, automatically, instantly knows that we're all gonna still be in the same spot where we were when
Well,
he left.
I made a tweet like, oh, it seems like this is where we're like hanging out today. So
True. I keep
But yeah,
forgetting they actually follow you guys.
they do not follow me, but I did tag them. Like,
Okay.
yeah.
Willow
They follow
and
me, except for Foss.
Foss needs to follow Elfy. He really does. Willow and I braided Matt's hair.
That was
Yes.
great. That was
It was
perfect.
really great. He was actually really happy to let me braid his hair.
Yes. And we asked Jay if he would let us braid his, and he was like, "No, I like having my safety blanket." It's like, oh.
Yeah, he liked having it where he could play with it. And I was just
It is
like,
ridiculously
"He's so
fluffy.
cute."
It is so. He's a fluffy Viking.
Matt's hair, oh my god, was so soft.
It was.
It was
Yeah.
It was
like
also
almost
really tangly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I fucking Oh my god, I was so happy too because I got a game book on that last day, and I wanted to pick up Ryutama or Golden Sky Stories, but the publisher were sold out of them. So I picked up a different one, and it's like, hey, can you guys sign this? Foss wasn't there, so what did Jay, Matt, and Jackson do? They all sign as Foss.
In really weird, ridiculous
Yes.
signatures too. Like,
Jay wrote Vanilla Baby.
someone did.
Jackson drew a butt and labeled it a literal butt, and Matt put
That's
Foss with a backwards F. It was just, I love. They are such nerds. They are so great. They are so great. I love them.
They're all wonderful, and I want to like just keep them.
10 out of 10 would do Gen Con all over again.
Yes.
I am saving up for it already. Yay.
So am I. The TFSA is working on this thingy. It's doing the thing.
Oh god, I just remembered from Saturday as well. Like, I had to get up early because my boyfriend needed to be at the con early, so I went to go and get Starbucks before headed to the panel, right? Or the meetup. And I show up where Stevie and Elfy and Willow are waiting in Indian costume with Starbucks just for myself, and it's like, oh, Indian's 10 minutes late with Starbucks, and it's actually kind of in character because it's like,
I
screw
still
you
find that
guys.
hilarious because you literally texted me like 15 minutes before then, hey, I'm just getting Starbucks, I'll be there in 15 minutes. And then
Yep.
Elfie literally made that joke.
Yep. It was such a good weekend. Such a good.
I want to repeat it, especially the hotel shenanigans with. Yeah. That was
Oh, that was
fun.
with the pizza party.
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh yeah,
A
pizza
pizza
party.
You're welcome.
I forgot about that.
With like
Thank
an
you,
entire
Stevie.
pizza that we didn't eat. Like, oh
Yeah.
my God.
Stevie and I
lava
ate it
cakes.
later.
Delicious lava cakes.
Mhm.
Oh, should I mention the fact that both Jay and I responded to Kier?
Yeah. No, you did not. And it was adorable though. And it's
That is
super funny
great.
because again, Kier is Jay's self-insert basically. Like, he admitted that he alternates between Kier and Thog.
It was more like what was the line? It was like he's Kier with a
between.
hint of Thog or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
just
Indian
a
is
pinch
a
of
secret
Indian.
weapon. Indian is a secret weapon. Can I talk? Wow. Indian is a secret weapon that he is learning to use. But
Yeah, great.
so Jay is basically Kier. And then I made the comment at one point that Dark was the smallest Kier, so she is like concentrated Kier, like more Kier than normal. And then
She's smaller, so it's more fun.
and then they every time someone said Kier, they would both just look around.
Okay, well, on
Liter-
Sunday we were leaving, and I was giving Stevie a hug goodbye, and he was like, "Oh, Kira's leaving," and then apparently Jay turned during the
Specifically, I said, "Aw, Kier baby, come here, give Ash a hug," is what I said, and Jay whips his head around like, "Excuse me?" Like, how dare you? But at the same time, he was just like, "Oh, okay, that's so sweet. They're giving hugs."
They were so huggy. It was really great. It was really
There were many hugs.
Mm-hmm.
Jackson was surprisingly huggy.
Yeah,
I said goodbye when I was walking away. I was like, "That's so cool."
I was
Guys.
expecting Jackson to be just like a total like shit through the whole thing, like just snark
Oh, wow.
master 5000. And then he wasn't. He was like super sweet. It was like, oh, I did not expect this.
Right? Anything else from Gen Con you wanted to talk about?
Elfie,
Oh,
you didn't say much.
I don't. You guys are saying everything. I don't have anything else to say.
I'm sorry. I am an overexcited nerd.
If there was something,
Same.
I don't remember it anymore.
Boss was wearing the bracelet I made him for the entire weekend.
Yes.
He still is.
I'm so happy.
I was, yeah, I keep wearing,
It's the only
I'm
one
wearing mine
existence.
everywhere except when I'm at work. Like, those bracelets are super cool, Willow.
Thank
I'm
you.
wearing mine now.
Oh yeah, and that they're definitely doing Gen Con, and that they might do another panel, like another con next year.
Yes.
Mhm.
I
They-
really
We want
hope
them
so.
to come to Vancouver.
Yeah, they said they were interested in doing more conventions, so that's something to look forward to. They just we got so many gifts too, because there's the shirts. Willow gave us bracelets. Elfy gave me his copy of The Cursed Child, which
I gave the guys cookies.
that's
You gave me
Anyway.
cookies and I ate them all at lunch.
Oh yeah, I gave Elfie the extra cookies that wouldn't fit in the jars.
Oh,
Aw.
I got the sugar. Yeah,
The
sugar.
sprinkly sugar cookies.
Yeah, I got the sugar cookies.
Oh, I got pictures of Matt and my horns, so now we have pictures of actual
Yes.
Marcus Falafi.
Yes.
Yes. Oh god, that's
Yeah,
that's
the
probably
title
my
kind of went
favorite.
around a lot over the weekend.
yeah. I really that's probably my favorite like cosplay picture that we got the whole weekend was all of the Markai attacking Matt.
It was great. I showed a friend, they're just like, what is going on here?
Also, the fact that I was the only Ash. You know, I see a lot of Ash cosplayers, and I'm sitting there disgracing the name of Ash.
No.
In no, no, in the sense of I'm just someone in a white wig wearing an Indian shirt, and the entire time I'm trying to remove said sleeping Indian shirt because I was wearing a green shirt, and Faust is just snapping photos, and
I took
Willow's
the
snapping a
Polaroid
photo.
And then you
I
made
took
me
a
eat
Polaroid
my
picture
hat.
right when you were in the middle of taking off the spelling shirt, and somehow, by some miracle, the picture ended up being at a point where you realized I was taking the picture and posed.
Yeah,
So the shirt
I was
almost
just like-
looks like a scarf.
yeah. It was hilarious because then I get the entire thing off and flip my entire wig, my glasses, and my bandana off, and I'm just looking at it on the floor like,
You
really?
betrayed me.
I just
Exactly.
oh god, I felt so like I don't know. I was really proud of my costume, but then I saw the other Indian, and then I was just like, all I could hold on to was my head.
Oh,
You
yeah.
were a great
Good.
Indian, though.
At one point, Faust handed me the little kitty plushie that he had, and because I decided I was being Charoth, I stuck it on top of my head.
Yeah, and then you put it on top of my hat, didn't you, or did someone else? Do
Oh
that?
yeah, I did that.
Yeah, and then
surprised-
yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
All I was gonna say was I'm kind of surprised he didn't get pictures of Charoth and Ash, but you know,
I'm
he got
surprised we didn't
Charoth
think
and
to do
Inian.
that. I'm still surprised we didn't think to do that actually.
Yeah.
I'm,
But
you know,
yeah, and then Boss like forgot that like he handed his little kitty plushie over, so I took it. I was holding on to it for the whole meetup. And at one point, I like stuffed it inside my hat and put it on top of my head. And then at the end of the meetup, he's like, "Hey, do you have my plushie?" I was like, I switched my hat off and I was like, "Here you go." Like, oh my god, it's, that's adorable.
Inian still needs to keep a familiar under that hat. Oswald the rabbit.
I still feel like the hat looks like it has a face and needs to be sentient.
It does. It's cute
But she's not
The
wearing
sorting
it
hat.
right now. Like, why?
because Jackson hates drawing it.
Yep.
I am probably next year, like, I'm depending on if we get to see any new characters before next year. Are we going to be out of Honor before next Gen Con?
no.
Most likely,
I
yeah.
hope so. I want to
But,
see
we're-
Charoth and don't again.
If we're not, I
yeah.
will actually literally fight Jay.
But yeah,
I can see the end. Like, this war is so close.
But yeah, I'm going to do another like cosplay for like Saturday next year at Gen Con. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm also going to buy a pair of sweatpants and just sweatpants, the sleeping shirt, and my hat and be Indian on the Friday or whatever.
Yes. I'm probably gonna end up being Charoth again because I mean I paid $40 to get that cape made,
Yeah.
and I spent so long on that mask. So I'm probably gonna end up having to redo the mask because honestly, it's not my best work, and it's kind of creepy.
I kind of want to be that kid at college and just wear my horns all the time.
Oh my
Do
god.
it.
Oh,
Do it.
I
My
will
cape
say
is
do
gonna
not
be
do
my
it.
comfort blanket / bathrobe this winter.
Save it for like Mondays, like you partied so hard and you can't like get out of that yet or something.
Yeah, that'll make Mondays better.
Sure.
Mondays are better because you get to be Marcus Balafi.
Yeah.
My Monday horns, is that what
Yes.
you're saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
Marcus Mondays.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a good idea because Marcus
Wait.
has really
Wednesdays.
bad. Marcus has really bad hangovers, so
Valentine's this year is on a Tuesday.
I don't remember him complaining about hangovers so much as just like he gets drunk very fast.
Yeah, he's a lightweight.
Yeah. Don't
But
want
yeah.
Balafi times to happen.
Right? I want Balafi times every year. I just want more verses added on to Lovely Lords and Ladies.
That would be amazing. We haven't met any new characters since then. That's the problem.
I mean, it's not even new characters. It's just there's still plenty of characters that he could write verses for. So, like we could get
you
more in
imagine?
verse.
There was a more in verse.
Was there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you mentioned wanting
You
to run
went
the
into
fingers
mine.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. Sorry, I forgot.
Can you imagine
Also,
if
it
there was a
could
gin
be-
verse?
Oh god. Also, literally, he could rewrite the entire song, and you can see where, like, where his heart still stands.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean,
With
to be fair,
everything.
he hasn't seen most of these characters in universe in that time.
It's
Yeah.
so
Like-
true.
I just want the Indian verse rewritten, please.
because she's not dead, guys.
Oh yeah, one thing I forgot to mention about the episode yesterday. Poor
Hmm.
Morin, he doesn't want anything to do with it, but they keep dragging him around,
It's
and then
literally
this
just
bloody
a
battlefield, and he's
babysitter.
like, "Is there a spot with no blood where I can just be?" And oh, there's a spot. I'm just gonna sit in this not blood spot over here and
Yeah.
I want
process.
to hug him.
Poor Morin.
Poor
He needs a
Morin.
hug and
Literally-
sleep.
And alcohol.
Yeah, they all need
Exact-
sleep. Just
Yeah.
lock them in a room with a bunch of pillows and blankets and make them sleep.
Yep.
Any theories, headcanons they use? I saw this one post and I want to share this theory. I posted it on Twitter because it was like, it wasn't a theory about TI, but seeing it made me be like, oh, that could be the case. Where someone
yeah,
was talking about their D&D campaign, and it was their friend's character was an atheist. This was because his people believed the last world had already ended and the gods went with it, basically post-Ragnarok. All that were left were spirits, powerful spirits, who could grant deific magic, but they weren't gods and you didn't have to worship them. In fact, you shouldn't, because it would just inflate their already swollen egos.
And it's like it
Did
could.
so well.
Yeah. Like considering we know that spirits come from a different world.
Mhm.
And this is like a postmodern age. They have mentioned, like with the golems,
Yeah.
that this isn't the greatest age of magic and stuff. So
Yeah.
Mm.
God, I just let's see. I just fuck. I just really want to see Vern like suddenly like I want to see everyone start a fight with Jin and be like not quite being trounced but losing, and then Vern shows up as a lich and just skeleton army and helps turn the tide of the battle.
That'd be great.
Mm.
Bird didn't deserve to die.
Also, I want to see Zeke's reaction to hearing that Kyrlos died, because I need to know if Zeke had any similar sort of feelings or had any inkling of Kyrlos's feelings.
Right?
Yeah.
Fuck.
I have a sort of thing that's sort of an AU sort of thing. And that's like the whole Valor clan thing. And realizing that like a few years from now, when we're like the old people in the fandom, and there's younger people that weren't here at the beginning, Valor clan, they're gonna think it's a Pokemon Go reference.
Yeah.
We're gonna be like, nope, it was there before Pokemon Go.
Although it
Because
makes
we-
it for a great, like, connection almost.
Yeah.
Considering
Yeah.
friggin' Team Mystic is basically the Lily Clan already.
Yep.
And then Instinct can be like Marcus's conga line. Or
Just
Gold Clan.
ignore the Gold Clan. Just
Yeah.
ignore them. The Gold Clan doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It is interesting thinking about, oh god, like, because there's a lot of stuff, like, newbies in the fandom, like, there's just so much stuff, because, like, way back when, you know, Zog Ash was, like, the biggest ship for the longest time, until Indian showed back up after Wizard High School, and then slowly, Elfy and I got everyone on board Ashen to the point that, you know, it's not like the most ship, like it's not necessarily everyone's favorite ship, but if something happens, most people get excited, like, hey!
Honestly, I'm trying to peg when Ashian started becoming a thing. Was it before?
I'd say
Was it before the last episode of Romance or after?
Je ne sais pas.
I think it, like, started kind of, and then it just kind of, like, snowballed after that.
yeah, like there's the buildup of, oh, they're gonna have to interact and face each other and talk about what happened in Wizard High School. And then when they did, everyone was like, ooh, I shipped them so much.
I remember when the end of Gods Are Gone, which is when they had their talk, happened, and a bunch of us were just like, just kiss already.
Yes. And then, like, you know, people who come in, like, let's say 6 months from now, they're going to be like, wow, Honor It was a long arc, and then we just get to be like, you have no idea. We literally spent a year and a half there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hasn't it been longer than that by
It's
now?
nearing 2
Almost.
years.
Yeah,
Like,
almost
But
2 years.
like, you people get to watch it all at once. We had to wait week after week, and through promises of it'll be over soon.
And all the days where people keep almost dying at the very end of an episode.
Yeah.
I don't want
And,
us to
like-
keep almost dying.
And like the start of the streams and them happening every month isn't
Yeah.
like a thing.
Yeah, but yeah, it's really interesting to think about that sort of stuff.
If you'd like to listen to more episodes of the podcast, you can find us at spiritfolksaturdays.tumblr.com. If you want to join the TI Skype chat, feel free to shoot us an ask with your Skype name. We'd be happy to have you. Thanks for listening. We'll see everybody next week. Bye!